And you guys have worked together on that convention for how long?
Oh, geez. Well, this is my 13th year as executive director, and I worked with him before that when I was just convention chairman. In the old days, we had a convention chairman and an executive director. Well, the executive director usually was somebody on the VentHaven directors board, and then when Dorothy Malure, one of our past curators, quit, we didn't do the convention for about 2 or 3 years there. And John Brooking called me, said, "Can you come and do it? Would you put it together again?" I said, "Yeah, but I want to consolidate this. No more chairman that changes hands every year." We had new chairman every year, so everybody couldn't really get a feel for it, and then they were done. I said, I have to run the whole thing as executive director, which he agreed, and it was a good marriage doing those two things.
Fantastic. So when you first started going to the convention, can you talk a little bit about the difference from back then to what it is now?
I'm not bragging, but just have to tell you that I've been at every convention. I've been to every one of them from the outset. In fact, I was even at the meeting before they had the very first convention. Wow. Jimmy Nelson invited me to come down to the meeting, and I went down to the meeting, and they were talking about what they're going to do. And in those days, it was really kind of loosely organized, you know, and what we do was, well, who's going to be there? Said, "Hey, you want to do a show while you're here?" "Yeah, I'll do 10 minutes for you." "Do you want to do a lecture?" "What are you going to do it on?" "I don't know." And so it kind of was put together as we got there. But actually, it was more like a reunion in those days, which was a lot of fun. And so we put it together that way. And then later on, we started getting bigger and bigger. I remember at one time we said, "Gosh, if we can get 80 people here, this is going to be super." And this last year, we had 638. So that's where we came from 80 up to 638. I said 610. I miscounted. We actually had a little bit more than. So we had that.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
So when it was being run like a reunion kind of thing, were there any classes, or what did you guys do when you got together?
Well, there were some classes. There were some people would do lectures, and some of the individual ventriloquists had done lectures at magic conventions on how to, a lot of introduction, beginning stages, how to do ventriloquism. Bob Neller came, who was an expert master ventriloquist doing distant voice and baby cry, especially the distant voice, and he taught a class on that. I went to that with both ears wide open. And so he came, and Bill Boley did some classes, and they asked me to do a class. And so we kind of divvied it up that way. And then as we kept going every year, it kept growing a little bit bigger and getting a little bit more organized until they said we need an actual honest-to-goodness chairman to run it. The early days, Bill Boley ran a lot of them. And then I worked with Bill, and he kind of showed me the ropes, and I kind of learned some things from him. Plus, I was on a magician's convention board, learned from them, kind of put all those things together.